This is puff pastry wrapped around brie with candied hazelnuts, and then a cranberry. I just kind of put it on top. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to plate it yet, but it's a cranberry and rhubarb chutney on there. You can eat it without the bread. It's good as it is, but warm, it's going to be at the table. It's going to be gooey, and it's going to be one of those. Woo! We do a little bit of white truffle oil and some sweet peas and some crispy leeks on top. I think the beauty is in its simplicity, and just like it's why it's such a classic pairing. You get that really delicate light spring onion, spring flavor, and the sweetness of the potato. So I think it all pairs well with the truffle and the sweet peas, and a little crunch from the crispy leeks. So
is there any gluten?
There is no gluten, and right now we're using chicken stock. We will probably try to lean towards using veggie stock so we can have a vegetarian. But right now it's chicken stock. British Columbia steamboat oysters. We may change varieties of oysters throughout, but right now these are the freshest and the best for what we can get right now. So a mignonette is a classic sauce that you put on oysters that usually is a vinegar-based, very likely toasted peppercorn and remoulade shallots. So that mignonette in French means coarse, something small, coarse chopped. So that's a classic pairing with oysters and this sauce. We flavored it with a little bit of fresh spring, carrot juice, and wrapped it up with a little bit of habanero heat. So that was the reasoning behind the flavoring of the actual mignonette. Original right here. The reason why it's on the menu is because Kent has been asking me to do a tuna burger, and I finally decided that this would be good enough for us to do. So it's got a little rainbow carrot and apple cabbage slaw. It's got a little wasabi aioli. It's seared rare ahi with a kind of a ponzu soy glaze, which is citrus and soy. And then it has a panko crusted avocado, crispy avocado on top. That's going to add a really nice texture, and ahi and avocado are made to go together, in my opinion. I love the combination. Familiar with this one? This is our best selling steak dish that we've done since we've opened, but this has a roasted garlic, mashed potato underneath, a Wagyu top sirloin, and that's the biggest change to this dish, is the cut of meat. You know, we were using ribeye, and then we used New York. Now we're using a Wagyu, which is a species of cow with a lot of marbling, so it's going to be a little more flavorful.
In Japan, they call Wagyu beef kobe.
The style of beef that the species is Wagyu, what they do to it makes it Kobe. They're massaging these cows. Citrus and grilled prawn. I think this is kind of driven more towards a nice light appetizer or entree salad. I think that the spring radish and the nice spring citrus, it's popping right now. It's really fresh. It's really good. Avocado and a citrus vanilla vinaigrette. It's really light. I think it's going to be definitely a feminine dish. I think it's going to be quite popular for that.
Wild prawns.
Wild prawns. We have also the singing pig greens, so the local farm greens with that as well. It's got a little hint of vanilla bean in it. Classic Waldorf. We did a spinach Waldorf combination. The walnut, the blue cheese, the green apple, and the grape. We do it with a green apple and champagne vinaigrette, a very nice local road blue cheese, and candied walnuts, and sliced apple and grape. So it's pretty straightforward. Here we have our seared scallops with I put piccata in the description, but it's a reduction, white wine, shallots, got a little bit of cream to it, and a little butter, and that's the sauce. But the piccata part is the combination of the parsley and the capers and that rich shallot onioniness to it. We're preparing it with the potato cakes, and the potato cakes have a little bit of a salt cod mixed into it. And the salt cod is cured cod, and I cook it in milk so that the salt, and you gotta get the salt out of it, or else it's way too salty. But it's a means of preservation. It's a very traditional way of doing it. The cakes themselves are similar to our cakes for the ossobuco, so that has potato, fennel, lots of parsley and scallion, chive, lemon zest, and salt cod. It does have egg in it. There's no gluten. This dish is also gluten-free. Salmon, Oregon, local. We are doing this with a nice spring gratin with roasted beets, rutabaga, spring onion, Yukon gold potato. Anything else? Yeah, it's parsnip, onion, rutabaga, fennel, potato, lots of those spring root vegetables, leeks, garlic, egg, cream.
That's the gratin, right?
Yeah. And a little bit of parmesan. So no gluten. And then it has a spring pea and mint and basil pesto. If I wanted to be witty, I'd call it pisto. But I don't feel like doing that. So, and it does have hazelnut in it. It's a little bit of hazelnut. No pine nut, but there is a little hazelnut for the binder, garlic, and then herbs and sweet peas. We actually use snap peas in this. They're a little bit sweeter, so we use snap pea as the blend.
Just chili.
And then a little chili oil and Meyer lemon oil reduction. Sorry, Meyer lemon drizzle. So it adds a nice acidity, brightens up everything as you're taking bites and dragging it through it. This one is a porter, as in the beer porter braised beef short ribs. We braise it in a very rich veal stock, along with some tomato and onion and herbs like rosemary and sage and thyme. We use some crispy. I did crispy red potatoes. We actually crisp them up in duck fat in the pan. So we're using duck fat. It has a very high smoke point, meaning you can caramelize very heavily. Will not burn the oil. Won't burn the potato until it gets too hot and then it burns. But it adds a nice savory note to the potatoes. You can try to pick it out. It has a little bit of that flavor, just as if you would do it in butter or olive oil. You know, that oil, it infuses into the potato. And we also did into the braise that has a rainbow carrot and some ramps as well. And the ramps are the epitome of spring flavor to me. When the ramps pop, then it's springtime. This is our citrus brined game hen. We did it with a grilled vegetable, sort of a Mediterranean vegetable mix into the risotto. It is a saffron risotto. It has some olive. It has a mint gremolata. It has a feta and a balsamic. So it has a lot of those really familiar flavors that I think that our customer base will really enjoy. So I think this is also going to be a nice addition compared to it's a lighter version of our game hen we did before. That was very Thanksgiving, holiday, seasonal. But I think this is a nice lightening of that. Rack of lamb. This is the first time we've had rack of lamb on the menu here. So we're going to recommend it medium unless they want it rare or well done. It's going to be, it's a full rack and it's two pieces, so it's not going to be one of those rare, mid-rare, medium, mid-well, medium. If they want it rare, medium, or well done. That's where I'm going to hit the windows there. Ideally, medium is the way to go with lamb. Rare, I think the texture is a little bit off. It's a little softer and it almost gets a little chewy. But medium is enough to where it tightens up and has a nice firm but delicate feel. We crusted it in mocha crusted, so we used Stumptown coffee and cocoa nibs and blended it up with some chili peppers and chili powder and salt and a little bit of sugar, and we crust that in the pan. So really hard crust, so it gets really dark. So there's a lot of really like earthy, almost sweet notes to it, and it's going to lend really well to the sweet pea sauce because it is so sweet and earthy.
Really good.
The saute itself has morels. It's a spring saute. Morels, spring onions, peas, rhubarb. And then I did just a little bit of a reminder that there's some spring rhubarb in there. I did a little delicate little drizzle of rhubarb syrup around the edge, and that'll go nice with the lamb. And it reminds you that there's some of that rhubarb in there too.
What's the sauce?
This is the sweet pea.
Sweet pea sauce.
Yep.
Sweet pea sauce.
Oh yeah, that is a tarragon lemon herb butter on top. It's the same butter we use in our Brussels sprouts, so it's an infused butter. But with everything else, it's all just going to go well together. Any other questions?
Thank you so much. Thank you.